Were you, or were you not, on a gay cruise?
Now, you're 120% dick pic.
Everybody that age, they're sperminator.
Yeah.
We don't care about anything else. We're a walking hard on looking for a hole.
That's. I have to say you're right on that one. Oh, my God.
A stiff breeze comes through the room, and you return the favor.
Got her in. Oh. Somewhere on the outside of this building, there is a hole where squirrels come in.
Better than a hole where dicks come in.
Yeah, better than that.
Going down the stairs to wash the laundry. What the hell? Shh. Pizza. Stop! Stop it now! I order you to stop! I'm still touching myself.
Yeah!
All young bitches want to do is pop pills, smoke weed, get drunk, lay around, suck dick, eat hot Cheetos, charge they phone, get a sew and weave, twerk, be bisexual, eat McDonald's, wash they pussy in the sink, lie, take selfies, and talk shit through Wi-Fi because they phone never on.
I think washing they pussy in the sink is my favorite part. The Vietnamese trade in dongs. Figuratively and literally, I'm sure.
Oh, my God, that's hilarious.
I did decide to look it up. 500,000 dongs is a good night for Pop's ex.
Like most women, he's an emotional thinker.
Good God.
I mean, that's part of the problem we're having now in our society is we have a bunch of emotional thinkers that want the world to, to fall in line with their emotions. It's not. Look, reality doesn't give a shit about emotions.
It's my lived truth. Fuck your lived truth.
No, it's not. It's your perspective.
Kiss my ass.
Literally like, hey, Sergeant Pop, you got to turn your bear suit. I'm like, over my dead body. No. Just give me a statement of charges. Yeah. You're never getting this back. Yeah. You can suck it.
I'm going to wear this with my Russian coat.
you will bury me in this. Hey! Why you got to fucking be like that, man?
Because I'm an asshole, and I learned from the best. I'm sitting across from him, and I'm pointing at you with all four fingers.
All right, first of all, the Russian jacket is World War II surplus.
I'll send you a picture of it, Sarge.
Yeah. Okay.
I got you standing wearing it with holding two giant buckets like you just collected all the chum from behind the dump dumpster at the bar, and you're going to go home and make ice cream out of it.
What's up, savages? Welcome to another night of Grunt Speak that actually is live from the lair. All right. Now, if you checked out the title, we're covering the Battle of Athens. And I know you guys are like, well, Bob, that was such a long time ago. How does that have any relevance today? Well, we're going to get into it. And when I say nothing is new under the sun, that's exactly what I'm trying to convey here with this show. Granted, it was one county in Tennessee, and there was some spillover. But you will see as we go along how they corrupted the media and they did all of the bullshit to keep themselves in power. And eventually a bunch of vets came back from World War II and were like, wait a minute, didn't we just get drafted and have to go overseas and watch our buddies die to fight this kind of shit? And now it's right here at home? Well, it's right here at home. We've saw what's going on with the Fulton election bullshit down in Georgia. The same thing happened in many, many blue states. And a lot of those people are running for cover because they know they are most indubitably fucked, especially if we can get our hands on them and do what really needs to be done, which I can't say here on the air. But it's usually the penalty for treason, but that's just me. But you are not going to believe the outline and all of the bubbles and pointy things that Battle of Dwarf does, because it is crazy. Battle of Dwarf, let's start this whole craziness off. And if you don't have a beer ready, you better go get one now. In fact, pour yourself an entire menagerie. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's gonna be
it's really bad.
Insane.
I showed Pop the map at the beginning of this, those maps that I make for shows, and it's easily the biggest, most elaborate, most what the actual fuck is going on map I've made since I stopped doing these things professionally. Obviously, the professional grade ones get really crazy, but this is a little bit over the top. Now, before we get into all of that, let's set the mood. We all know Tennessee's a nice, bucolic state. It's the South. I mean, it's the South. I've been there. I've been to Tennessee several times. I've been through Tennessee a whole bunch of times. I wish we had some Leave It to Beaver music to play. I will read you the description of where we're starting. In McMinn County. And if you look at the 3 o'clock position in Tennessee there, you'll see I've got a red outline around McMinn County. It's kind of pyramid-shaped-ish. Right there. It's the second from the bottom edge, from the Georgia edge of the state there. And in McMinn County, Tennessee, in the early 1940s, the question was not if you farmed, but where you farmed. Athens, the county seat, lay between Knoxville and Chattanooga along Highway 11. It's just east of I-75 now, which wound its way through eastern Tennessee. This was the meeting place for farmers from all of the surrounding communities, traveling along narrow roads planted with signs urging them to see Rock City and get right with God. They would gather on Saturdays beneath the elms on the courthouse lawn to discuss politics and crops. There were barely 7,000 people in Athens, and many of its streets were still unpaved. The two big cities were some 50 miles away, had not yet begun their inevitable expansion, and the farmers' lives were simple and essentially unaffected by what they would have called the modern world. Many of them were without electricity. The land, their families, religion, politics, and war dominated their talk and thoughts, and they learned about God from the family Bible and the tiny chapels along the dust roads. Their newspaper, the Daily Post-Athenian, told them something of politics and war, but since it chose to avoid intrigue or scandal, a story that smacked of both could only be found in the conversations of the folks who were milling around on the courthouse lawn on Saturdays. Now, have I painted a nice, rosy picture for you?
Yes, you have.
Let the hell begin. Because in Tennessee, at that time, there rose a guy by the name of Edward Crumb. Now, Edward Crumb started out as a bookkeeper and evolved into what I can only call Boss Hogg from the motherfucking Dukes of Hazzard.
When we show you his picture,
yeah,
you will.
There's
a huge resemblance.
Jesus Christmas. Anyway, we're going to take the map down for a minute and add this to the stage here. And you can see I've got the Battle of Athens, Tennessee. The time period that's relevant here is 1936 to 1948. But Dwarf, why does it matter to us? Stay tuned. I'm getting to that. So in 1936, this whole thing revolves around two factions, okay? The veterans returning home from World War II. Now, in 1936, obviously, war rumbles are just happening. None of them have gone into the military. A couple of them might be career service guys at this time already. You've got NCOs from World War I that might be in there, and officers and veterans from those wars. But the majority of the young men are still farmers and haven't enlisted in the war yet. But the other faction is the Democrats. And as we all know, Democrat is just shorthand for Bolshevik, which we're going to find out is just a code word for assholes who like to take power and make people miserable.
It has nothing to do with, well, I will refrain.
They just wear labels. They put a little patch on their jacket that says this thing, and then they just do whatever the fuck they want and pretend that you're supposed to believe whatever they wrote down and told you is their ideology. Is basically how this is panning out. So in 1936, the Democrats get a guy named Paul Cantrell elected as the sheriff of McMinn County. He rode FDR's popularity into office. Everybody liked FDR and everything, the New Deal and all of that. And I'll have those blanks voting Democrat for 100 years. Yes, FDR actually said that.
Yes, he did.
And this is all tied to the political machine of the Boss Hogg character, which I mentioned earlier.
Now, hold up right there.
Yeah, Mr. Crump.
We're seeing a similar phenomena that has taken place with Obama. Okay, and the same thing is happening with Trump. We have all kinds of politicians riding coattails into power.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, that's part of why this matters. This whole event, history teaches, failure to read history results in repetitious stupidity.
Death.
And death. Failure to read history often results in death as well.
Death.
But it always, 100% of the time, failure to read history results in unnecessary stupidity.
Yeah, you usually would get cock blasted in the ass by Murphy if you don't pay attention to history. I'm just saying it's an important subject.
Yes.
I hated it in high school, but as soon as they had the History Channel on TV, it was on 24/7, 365.
Once you realize the importance of it, yeah. At the very least, if you ignore history, the best you can hope for is a baby batter splatter pad on your chest, ass, or back.
Okay.
So
yeah.
That is the best case scenario for ignoring history.
Yeah, you will get a penis dunking.
That's correct. This is going the wrong way very quickly.
Look, man, I'm a comedian. This is
going very the wrong way very quickly. So this E.H. Crump guy, where the hell does he come from? This is known as the vote grab of 1936, by the way. Let's go up here. Everett Hull Boss Crump. Dude's born in 1874. His dad was a Confederate officer, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
There's a piece of history. But when you're born in 1874, chances of you being related to somebody from the Civil War are damn near 100%.
Yeah, pretty high.
It's like being born today and having somebody in your family who's a veteran. There's a very good chance of it.
Or who went to Vietnam. Yeah.
Right. So he moves to Memphis, Tennessee when he's 19 years old in 1893. He marries a girl named Bessie, who he called Betsy, had 3 sons, and he was a devoted family man. Okay. He was this guy, by all accounts, was a good dude. Unless you didn't vote for him. Then shit got weird.
Here, listen, there's a weird thing with power. It has this tendency to corrupt.
Yeah, it does. It does. Now, let's cover his business career real quick. Boss Hogg here is very important because he controls the entire flow of events for all of this. And everybody who studies the Battle of Athens concentrates at that one night in the McMinn County Jail. It's way bigger.
Well, let's be honest. There was dynamite involved.
There was dynamite involved.
People got actually shot.
One guy got shot in the leg.
Yeah.
And a farmer got shot in the back by one of the deputies.
Uh-huh.
But you are getting ahead in the story.
Sorry.
Sark, sit down. Sark.
Listen, man.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed that you read the material beforehand. But sit down.
Roger.
We carry on.
All right, move along.
He starts out as a bookkeeper at a horse carriage firm, becomes the president of that company by 1903, and establishes E.H. Crump and Company in 1920. That's his insurance agency, right? So he's got offices in Memphis, and he's the largest insurance underwriter in the South. Now, anybody who knows anything about insurance companies can probably see what's coming next.
A Mangasso fucking?
Mangasso. Because he's issuing, look here, we have Crump's machine.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to go all the way to the top of the, oh my God, Dwarf, what have you done?
Look how big this is. Holy smoking Joe Frazier. That's a big flow chart. And we'll send this to you if you email us to redonkulas12@gmail.com.
Now, I'm going to skip over his key lieutenants and allies because it's not as relevant, but this guy, as you can see, was connected. Mm-hmm. This is all of the senators he owned. This is he owned the black community. He paved all of their roads and did all these nice things for them, right? Mm-hmm. And the second they didn't vote for him, he'd run them out of town one at a time. So it's the old, if you get in bed with the devil, be prepared to get a fucking.
All right, well, this is what you're not mentioning here.
Uh-huh.
Voting is supposed to be secret.
Yep.
But somehow they found out.
He controlled every single ballot. We're getting to that too. We're getting to that part too. Now, he had everybody in this guy, Robert Church's group. This is the National Republican Party. He controlled the Republican Party vote in Memphis and in Shelby County. Shelby was a key county. It was the most populous county at the time. So that still worked back then. You take the populous counties and you've got the vote.
Yeah, and the Democrats do this in their blue hellhole cities and states.
That's exactly what they do.
This has been done before, and we're telling you about it right now.
Well, basically what I'm doing here by showing you Crump's structure is showing you how it's done. It is not done in legislative halls. It is not done in political meetings. It is not done in votes. It is done through back doors. Now, remember, this stuff that I'm showing you here, he's got funeral halls. He's got the Lincoln League. He's got a whole bunch of other businesses, pharmacists, the Memphis Red Sox, which was a baseball team.
Wow.
And what does he own? What's his business? What's his income business?
Insurance.
And you have to have
insurance and
guess
money.
What happens if you don't have Crump insurance in 1925?
They burn you out.
Because mysteriously, he also owns all of the police. I know that came as a shock to you. Okay, so he's got J.B. Martin. He's got Julia Hooks. This is the grandmother of Benjamin Hooks, encouraged black musicians to pay black Memphians to pay poll taxes. They had to pay a $2 poll tax to vote. Many of the blacks couldn't afford that, so Crump would pay their poll tax for them to vote. Guess how they voted?
Uh-huh. Now,
that sounds vaguely like EBT or something.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
But correct me if I'm wrong. How long was the poll tax? Wasn't that eventually got done away with, the poll tax?
Yes, it is now unconstitutional to have a poll tax. I forget exactly when that was, but in Tennessee, as late as the 1930s, at least, there was a poll tax.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and listen, now we're having the SAFE Act problem where we really want people to be U.S. citizens, have a valid ID, do fucking vote, and the Democrats are comparing that to the fucking poll tax from back in the day.
Right, well, this is what we need to show them, that you tried this already, and this is what you did with that. By the way, with the whole voting in Congress in 2026, have you seen how they vote?
It's usually right down party lines.
No. Have you seen the physical method by which they vote?
No.
It is a small box with several buttons on it. Yes, no, abstain, present.
And they need to add another one that says "fuck off."
Right. However,
Fuck off.
this box is essentially a small computer terminal, and they need to take their congressional ID that has their name and information on it and place that into a slot in the box and then vote. So they have to use voter ID to vote to tell you that you can't use voter ID to vote.
We need to do a video on that. Wow.
It's a short video, but that's a thing.
That's crazy.
They use a coded identification card, like a CAC card.
Yeah.
It's a CAC card. If you're military, you know what a CAC card is.
Yeah. I had to I had to carry that everywhere I went because I could not get into the computer system if I didn't have one.
We had separate. I still have one around here somewhere. As a matter of fact, I think I might know where it actually is.
Well, they actually built your military ID, and they turned it in your military ID and your CAT card at the same time.
Yeah. Here, I can show you something crazy. This is
show and tell time. Yeah,
it is. It is show and tell time. I actually knew where this was. This is it.
Uh-huh.
You know what this is? That's a skiff card.
Yeah.
I
can see the little hole at the top where it goes around your neck.
Yeah. This was a skiff card from, oh God, this is from like 2000. But that's it. That's it. There's no. It's very unimpressive. Everybody's like, oh, there's got this. In the movies, they've always got all this shit all over them, this, that, and the other. No, you want it to look like nothing so nobody steals the goddamn thing, you fucking idiot. Anyway, there was a poll tax in Memphis, Tennessee. We went down a sidebar rabbit hole there.
Well, I mean, because we're doing comparisons.
We are.
We're trying to find a modern day comparison that actually will equate to back in the day.
Yeah. So this is Julia Hooks is one of the black community that Crump gets in his pocket. She encouraged black people to pay the poll taxes, and she enabled the continued voting rights of black people so long as they paid the poll tax or had it paid for them and voted for Crump. Okay. And then he's got the machine here is the Crump machine. To be clear, this is his political machine here. He's got the Shelby County District Attorney in his pocket. He has a congressman from Memphis in his pocket. He has the chief of police in his pocket. And he has 52 precinct leaders throughout Shelby County. Okay, so he basically owns the fucking county. And through that, owns the state. Or at least enough of the state that he can get people put into office whenever he wants.
And listen, this is still going on today. Didn't we have a judge who was shot by a sheriff a few years back?
That judge was banging the sheriff's wife, though.
Yeah, well, that and was running a prostitution ring out of the jail.
There's also that. So machine operations and methods. You can see that down here. There we go. Vote control mechanisms. Poll tax manipulation. There was a Tennessee poll tax in effect until 1953. There it is. There's that date. It was originally intended to suppress the black vote. Crump used that to gain the black vote, or more accurately, purchase the black vote. He paid poll taxes for the voters who couldn't afford them, and he turned suppression tool into a machine advantage. He would truck in blacks from northern Mississippi and Arkansas to vote in his campaigns, just put them on the rolls. And that sounds familiar. That's happening. We're dealing with that right now.
Well, I mean, I've read some of the articles. They're finding people on these voting rolls that are like 120 goddamn years old.
Yes. Several counties in Michigan, it just came out today, voted at over 100%.
Yes, it's impossible.
For the people out there who don't know how this works in an election year, you are lucky to get 40 to 60% election turnout.
Correct.
That's a high number. 60% is like, whoa, everybody showed up.
Yep.
There's no such thing as 100% voter turnout.
It's statistically impossible.
Yes. So anyway, he's trucking people in. He provides poll tax receipts. And then, of course, he instructs them how to vote. After voting, voters received a silver dollar, which back in the day, a dollar could buy you things.
Yeah.
Okay, because our money was still based on silver, and a dollar. When we were kids, a dollar could buy you things. I remember being 5 years old, having a dollar, and thinking I was fucking rich.
Yeah. I mean, I used to, date my favorite girlfriend, Little Debbie, and you get a whole box of cakes for like 59 cents.
59 cents. Yep, there you go. It's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You could eat lunch at Taco Bell in high school for $1.20.
Yeah.
That was 2 tacos and a Pinos and cheese.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Or 4 tacos.
Or 4 tacos.
Yeah.
He would give them a silver dollar. He would give them a barbecue sandwich. He would give them a Coke. He would give them you racist motherfucker. He'd give them a watermelon.
Or a bottle of local whiskey.
And he would also give them a bottle of
Sold,
local
baby.
whiskey.
Sold.
I'm in on that.
Yeah.
I'm good here. A silver dollar, a barbecue sandwich, a Coke, a watermelon, a bottle of whiskey. Okay, you got my vote.
I'd be like, all right, I see your list of options, and I'll take the silver dollar and the bottle of whiskey, and yeah, we're good.
So transportation operations, he would bring people into town. They used wagons at the time. They didn't have buses. We weren't to bus yet. Ensured high compliance through block voting. Often exceeded 90% for machine-backed candidates. Okay, that goes to what we were just saying about people turning out for voters. Okay,
Yep.
40 to 60% is high. He would routinely get 90% for anybody backed by the boss hog machine. Okay.
Wow.
And I'm going to take a step back here. And this guy made the cover of Time magazine in 1946. Okay. I want to show you what we're dealing with.
Wow.
This is Boss Crump.
Yeah.
Okay. This is him when he was young. He was 27 years old in this photo. And this is when he realizes he can take power. And it's my opinion. I don't have any idea. I've never met the man. He passed some years ago. But the look on his face right there is, oh, I've got this bitch. I own this. And then
there's Boss Hog right there. He's just not as fat.
By all accounts.
There he is.
By all accounts, Boss Crump was a great guy. He is still revered in Shelby County in Tennessee. Just if you voted against him or didn't do what he needed you to do, you had a bad day. But if you were a normal person and paid your taxes, you had working police, you had working city utilities, you had working city services, the streets were clean. He made it a law in Memphis when he was the mayor of Memphis, which he was twice, that you could not honk your horn on Main Street in Memphis. He liked peace and quiet. He had a real case of the ass for peace and quiet. So if you're a normal person, this guy's great. You just can't see all the shit going on in the background.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. It's very similar to what the Clintons did.
Yes.
And
by all accounts.
I bet you 10-1. There's a whole bunch of bodies that could be accredited to Mr. Crump, just like the Clintons.
Yes. Yeah, I would not at all be surprised. So precinct organization, he had 52 of the precinct leaders just in Shelby County. That's a lot. Here where I am in Lapeer County, I think we've got 24, maybe. Tightly coordinated apparatus for election day operations, grassroots organization at every level. Does this sound familiar to you at all? This is the Democrat playbook. I'm betting you that, like Pop just said, Clinton adopted the Crump model, and then everybody else adopted the Crump model from Clinton. Because this is exactly how they get all of the damn small towns and stuff. This is the method that they use today. You can see it. The election fraud that's going on today, this is the model that's used.
Yeah, because nothing new under the sun.
There's nothing new under the sun. Now, of course, we have funding sources. This is a big shock, I know, I know this is a big shock. This will bother some of you. Underworld protection money included saloons, brothels, gambling operations, alcohol operations during and after Prohibition. Crump, by the way, also cheered the people of Memphis up when he was mayor there because that was during Prohibition. He said, I ain't doing that. And interfered, wouldn't let the feds raid, nothing. He's like, nope, not happening. Too lucrative. It was too much money for him. The people loved it.
Hang on. Let's just be honest.
Money for him.
The whole prohibition thing is basically it's a nagging tax because women didn't like their men going out drinking. And fuck them.
Yeah, it was a nag tax, but when it started to affect pocketbooks, prohibition went away right away.
Yeah, naganomics.
It's like naganomics. The whole thing with weed now that weed is legal. You know the only reason that weed is legal. There's only one reason that weed is legal. They figured out how to tax it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the only reason they legalized it.
And here in Michigan, they actually raised that tax quite a bit. And in Michigan, we've got the gas tax, which is supposed to go to the roads but never does. They won't tell us where it goes.
We know where it goes now.
They're raising all these taxes on Mary Jane. Do you wanna? And they're saying that's going to the roads as well.
Yeah,
it's not going there because in Michigan you have basically
our roads are notorious
all year long construction.
Yes,
forever.
Yes, yeah. Depending on the area, especially in Southwest Detroit, is a nightmare. There are no good ways to get through Southwest Detroit.
No, I have to go to 8 Mile, which is Prostitute Lane, hook right, go all the way down to Woodward, turn right, and then go all the way to Pontiac to teach kickboxing on Mondays.
Right, yeah.
It's like a 40-minute drive.
And it should be a 15-minute drive tops.
Yes. Yeah, it's fun. And then, it's even harder to go all the way to 59 because you have to go through all of the Tancom and Chrysler.
That is all due to this kind of corruption, except we don't have a Crump. We've got an actual boss hog. We've got an incompetent fucking bumbling idiot and have had incompetent bumbling fucking idiots for years.
We've got Gretchen Butt Sex Whitmer.
Crump, actually, like I said, for the people, the man was great. If you were the average person and didn't have to go anywhere near his machine, life for you was good.
They left you alone.
And that's why he kept getting reelected so easily. Anyway, we've got Police Chief William J. Hayes' testimony. He says underworld figures contributed up to $80,000 in a single year. Remember, this is 1936.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
That's millions of dollars, right?
That's like $8 million today.
Yeah, that's easily somewhere around that amount. Crump tolerated no corruption by public employees, but campaign workers accepted payoffs from illegal establishments. Now, what that means in simple terms is in everyday life, like I said, the citizens had no idea what was going on. So if you were a clerk at a public office and you got involved in corruption, Crump would fry your ass. But 3 doors back in the executive suites back here, they're passing money around to make sure that everybody who needs to get elected gets elected. So at the superficial first level, no corruption.
Crucifixion.
The deeper in you go, the more corruption you get.
Yeah, and guess what?
It's an illusion. It's a stage show. It's a managed show.
We're seeing the same thing. We got AOC is worth $8 to $13 million.
Yeah.
We've got, all kinds of these representatives and senators who literally got into office. Yeah. Some of them had a negative net worth.
Yep.
And 6-8 years later, they're worth multiple millions of dollars. This is such bullshit. And it's happening in front of everyone.
Yeah.
And I have no idea why we're not fucking hammering these people. Yeah. This is absolutely. I have to drink. I'm drinking now. I am drinking.
I need to move this along here. Shelby County voting power. Now, Shelby County's way over by the Arkansas border. I showed you the map at the beginning. And again, all of this stuff is available. I have it packaged ahead of time. I'm ahead of the game on this show. So I'll be able to get requests out pretty quickly on this one. It'll take me a day or two, but I'll get to you. Shelby County voting power. That county had 60,000 votes, which again in 1936 was a lot of people. Remember, Athens had a total of 7,000 people.
Yep.
More than a quarter of the state's total of votes, which means it decided every election. Every state has a county like this.
Oakland County, Wayne County, here in Michigan.
Our tri-county area, Oakland, Wayne, and Macomb. That's our hammer.
Well,
That's the political
Macomb
hammer.
is actually, it's new. It didn't used to be any kind of voting force back in the day.
Because it was farms.
Yeah.
Because it was farms.
Yeah.
I lived in Macomb County when I was born in Macomb.
Mm-hmm.
And it was all farms. The settlements there, if you will, the developments there are all new. So anyway, the typical margins of machine-backed candidates often receive 90+% in Shelby County. Heavy majorities effectively dictated statewide outcomes, do you think? So again, with the whole 90% of an election. Gosh, golly, how did that work? So Crump ran everything with commissions. He would appoint people to run a commission, which meant it reduced a lot of the bureaucracy and it improved public services. There's that part where, for the people, this is good stuff. Okay, for the average Joe, this looks great. It looks idyllic. My streets are clean. You're not even allowed to honk on Main Street. The police do their job.
Mm-hmm.
And this is 1936 Tennessee.
No visible corruption.
This is 1936 Tennessee. I'm going to say this because it's the truth. And there's no Negroes on the street.
Yeah.
That was the case at the time. They stayed on their side of town. And they knew to stay on their side of town. And that sounds harsh, but I don't care about your feelings because that's how it was in 1936 Tennessee.
Yeah. That's the way it worked back in the day.
Now, here's where I was talking about municipal improvements. City appearance. He liked it. He was just absolutely into the appearance of Memphis. He had street cleaning. He had weed removal. He had trash pickup. He consolidated the Memphis utilities, which saved people money. He built Memphis's first municipal airport. He reduced property taxes and introduced fiscal conservatism, except in his pockets, of course.
Yep.
By cutting back on the bureaucracy. Okay, he had social programs. He opposed child labor. Okay, that's fair. He was concerned about public health and transportation, parks and recreation facilities for black and white Memphians. There it is. There's the division I was talking about.
Yep.
But he built them for both because he knew he could keep the blacks happy and he could keep the whites happy by doing things that made them happy, like clean streets, paved streets, parks, and low taxes.
Now, hang on. Now,
this guy really knew what the fuck he was doing.
Typically, that's what you want. You want to have the clean streets. You want to have good public, services, safety, all of that shit. Yeah. And I'm going to be honest, the Democrats in their hellhole cities weaponize all of this shit against their own population.
They do. And it's like the reverse of what this guy actually did here. He had black community benefits. He improved city services. He made parks and playgrounds. He made better police and fire protection for them in their areas. He built new schools. He paved the roads, finished the sewers, built a hospital, segregated hospital just for blacks. Like I said, 1936 Tennessee. Stay with me. Memphis had its first southern city to hire a black police officer at all. Blacks had access to the ballot. Most voted for Crump candidates. There's a big shock. The Ku Klux Klan was kept out because Crump saw them as a threat to his power, which they would have been. They tried to get into politics all of the time. The Klan was a lot more into politics than they were cross burnings. There were nowhere near as many cross burnings as people think they were.
And guess what? Thing. Biden and Hillary Clinton actually drove around in a parade with a grand wizard.
Yeah, Byrd. Senator Byrd was a grand fucking wizard.
Yeah.
And he gave the black neighborhoods the same level of police protection as whites, so long as they cooperated. You find out later. Okay. Federal relationships. He was a strong supporter of FDR's New Deal. He voted as a liberal in Congress, got Roosevelt on his side. Much federal money funneled into Memphis for public works. Does any of this sound familiar? You see how I've got these indicated in red here. Before Trump came back into office, all of this applied. The local Democrat politicians kissed Biden's regime's ass to get the federal dollars.
Yeah.
And that's how they got a lot of their funding. And it's going on right now. This is the exact same thing the Democrats are freaking doing.
Now, let's be honest. The Republicans are probably doing this as well to an extent.
We know that they are.
Yeah.
We know that they are.
Listen, I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke up your asses and tell you the Republicans are this great,
no, I think they should all
be individuals who give a shit about you because they don't.
I'm not even going to pretend. That's not a thing.
No, I'm not here to lie to you. I'm here to tell you the truth.
That's the facts. What we're doing here is pointing out that the Crump model from 1936 very much appears to be the Clinton model from the 70s and 80s and 90s, because Clinton was the governor of Arkansas, remember? He would have known about Crump.
Well, not only that, but you got to figure once Crump has his machine going and it's working for him, he probably handed it off to somebody else who kept doing it.
We're getting there.
Yeah, okay. Because guess what? I mean, if you have something that works, are you literally going to go, I know it's really great, it's working out for you, but I'm never going to use it again. Yeah. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Yeah. Now, here is Crump's public views on things. He was a staunch segregationist. He had paternalistic racism toward blacks. He considered them to be children. Negroes are childish, useful for hard physical labor under strict guidance, but easily given to tragedy and murder. Well, you can see that in the southwest side of Detroit, unfortunately. Unlike most Southern Democrats, he was not opposed to blacks voting. Why? Because more votes equals more wins. Mm-hmm. He was not opposed to blacks voting for him.
Yeah, and again, the Democrats, it's like clockwork. Right before an election, they're like, oh, we're going to do all this stuff for our minority community, and they don't ever deliver. Yep. And why they keep voting for them is beyond me, because all they do is blow smoke up your asses and lie to you every election cycle.
Well, let's just run down the line here. This is all building up to the Battle of Memphis. You guys are like, where's Memphis? Where's the Battle of Athens? Where's the Battle of Athens? This all builds up to it. Okay, this all builds up to it. And then we get to the end, and there's not a cliffhanger. There's just a fucking cliff.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you know right off the bat, there's a cliff at the end of this. Memphis segregation. The city is segregated as anywhere in the South. Blacks enjoyed certain benefits unavailable elsewhere. Any blacks who exhibited independent leadership were cracked down upon. There it is. Independent black leaders were chased out of town. There it is. Blacks were a critical part of Crump's machine. Black Memphians understood their importance to the machine. Stay in your place and everything will be fine. Black political cadre flourished in Memphis under Crump's control. Leaders chafed under Crump's demands for absolute control and were promptly removed. Electoral dominance. From 1928 to 1948, Crump did not lose a single contested election. Not one.
Well, I mean, if you could, well, I mean, the whole machine was working for him.
Right.
And guess what?
This is a very well-established machine.
And there's like, okay, let's talk about Baltimore, which is a shithole. Trump talked about it in his first term.
Yeah.
And everyone flipped out.
Yeah.
And same thing in Detroit. Detroit has been run by Democrats forever.
1957.
Look, there's no reason for that because they suck.
Yes. Well, that's how you know it's a Crump-style machine without Crump's panache.
Yes. Because the same idiots.
I would
get
be
elected.
if I was a normal Joe Blow dude who didn't know any of this stuff and had no idea how anything worked, I'd be fine with somebody like Crump because shit worked.
Yeah.
And that, at the end of the day, is all the normal person cares about. And I get that. And that's fine. The problem is the rot underneath.
Mm-hmm. Now look, we're human beings. We're evil, hairless monkeys.
Yes.
There's always going to be corruption.
Yes.
Always.
Yep.
And you know what? As a rational human being, I will overlook a certain amount of, you know, of that shit because that's just the way it works.
Yeah.
But it is so rampant now.
Yes.
It is in our face,
Mm-hmm.
and they're literally like, "Oh yeah, we're doing it. What are you going to do about it?"
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is it? I got to drink.
I am going to take us back to the show at hand here, and we are actually going to go back into what led up to the events of the Battle of Athens, because that too threw some telltale signs to me, and I think I might be onto something, and I want to bounce this off of you and the rest of the audience as well. These are the veterans who returned from World War II.
They have all bolt action.
Okay, these guys would know what they're doing. These guys assaulted Iwo Jima. They fought in North Africa. The guy who eventually ran for sheriff on the veterans side of the house. Let me grab his name real quick there. Where did he go?
Now look at these guys. None of them are over 25.
Not one of them.
Yeah.
Not maybe one or two of the MCOs.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one or two of the NCOs were.
Yeah, they look young.
Yeah. I can't find his name right off the bat, but that's okay. We don't need it. We don't need it at the moment. Anyway, and these guys were hardened warriors. Okay,
Oh,
I don't
they
care
were.
what kind of a county sheriff you are. Some of the county sheriff, these are the same guys because they're from the same county. So any guy in the county is going to be as hard as any one of these guys beforehand. But you throw in a few Iwo Jimas and a Sicily or two, and an Ardennes and a Utah beach, and now you've got a whole different creature. Now you've got a guy that you're going to have to blow parts off of him to stop him, and that might just piss him off.
Yeah, look, man, combat veterans know how to fire and maneuver, communicate. Yeah. I mean, they're
these guys in particular, though, the World War II guys who saw the real shit, Normandy, Sicily, North Africa, Iwo Jima, that's a level that I don't think we saw during the Quad.
No, man.
I think it's a way beyond Ardennes, the Battle of the Bulge.
Oh, yeah. Well, here's the
was
thing,
a
though.
fucking meat grinder.
Some of these World War II combat units were in combat, direct combat, for months at a time before they got rotated to be refit at the,
months at a time.
Months at a time.
Yep.
Now,
Constant fucking combat.
I mean, I jumped into Panama, but that was pretty much over the next day. I deployed to Iraq. I saw my share of shit, but I was never under a sustained barrage with indirect fire against a near-peer enemy. That has got to be
or dealing with a front
fucking nightmare.
Dealing with an actual front.
Yeah.
Rolling, you're either rolling forward or it's rolling at you.
Yeah, either you're running back or you're running forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys are, man, my hat's off to
whole
them.
different critter. Whole different fucking critter.
Fuck, that's just scary.
Yeah. So anyway, here we are. Let's go to 1942. They know about the corruption going on. The Crump stuff has bled into McMinn County, way over in the east of Tennessee, where Athens is. And we are now in Athens. The Democrats are being run by a guy named Cantrell. He's the guy who ran for sheriff. Picked that up in 1936. He cuts the number of justices down in the county from 14 to 7. 4 of them belong to him.
Okay.
This is reverse stacking of a court. He just got rid of the guys that weren't on his side.
Uh-huh.
And now he owns that county.
Huh.
So they did this by reducing voting precincts from 23 to 12.
So again, we're seeing something similar today with it's called redistricting.
Yes, that's what it is. It's called redistricting. That's exactly it. Now, here's where the interesting part begins. The veterans are now enlisteds or draftees, and they're just going over for the war. This drains 4,000 men from the county.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And about 1,000 guys from Athens, because Athens is the seat in the county.
And I
That's where
would
most of the
venture to
population
say a good percentage of them never came home.
Probably a lot of them never came home.
Yep.
But then it dawned on me. Nobody wanted to go into World War II. 97% of the population was against World War II. FDR basically dragged us into World War II. Okay. There's all kinds of arguments for or against, but 97% of the population did not want to go to war.
They wanted to be isolationists.
Yes. And the only reason the Germans were hitting our vessels is because we were supplying Great Britain. You have to hit your enemy's supply lines. You have to hit your enemy's supply lines. But that didn't work. So Pearl Harbor happened.
Yep.
That's what brought us into World War II. World War II had been going on in Europe for 2 years. It had been going on for 2 years already.
It didn't start in 38?
Late 38.
Yeah.
Started in late 1938. At any rate, you get a war going. What does that do? It drains all of the young men who have ambitions into the military force and away from those counties. Now you're left with what in the counties?
Uh-huh.
Women and old folks and people who are easily manipulated. The weaklings who couldn't be drafted, the women and the old people. That is ripe for a fucking.
Well, it's a takeover.
Now I am thinking that a lot of these wars where they did big drafts might have been to drain males from certain areas. The numbers match.
Well, something that's happening today is they're just basically turning the men of today into pussified scientists.
They just figured out that that's easier.
It's easier to turn them into a bunch
And
of feminist
it's less
pieces of
expensive
shit.
than war.
Yeah.
War is expensive. And only profits a certain group.
Yeah, and if you lose it, it has big repercussions.
Modern age, it's tech, it's Northrop Grumman, it's khaki, it's Lockheed Martin. World War I, do you know who it was? Do you know who profited the most from World War I?
No.
The leather workers.
Oh, okay.
The leather workers profited the most. Smedley Butler writes about it. He's like, there's all these shoes and saddles and gear bags that all the leather guys made and sold to the U.S. government that are now sitting in warehouses useless.
Yeah.
But all of the leather workers are fucking unimaginably wealthy. That was World War I.
It's the companies that own it. It's the people that own the
Clearly,
companies,
yes.
not the workers themselves, because they always get fucked.
The leather companies, the owners of those companies. At any rate, the veterans, many of the McMinn men are fighting in the Pacific Theater and Africa, as it turns out. There's a bunch in Africa as well. The U.S. Justice Department investigates the Crump machine and takes no action. We
Kinda
have
like
investigated
today. All of these investigations and nothing ever happens.
When we were going through Crump's power thing, I showed you that he was friends with FDR. Now, all of a sudden, FDR's FBI is not interested in activity of the Crump machine. Well, gosh, how unusual is that? What a strange thing, you say. The hell you say. So 33 to 34, DOJ investigates again. No action is taken. The fee system nearly generates $300,000 as a guy named Mansfield continues as the sheriff. Cantrell, the guy who was the sheriff, is reelected as a state senator. Okay, what's the fee system? Well, here's how it worked. Crump set up a system where the sheriff gets paid a fee for every person he arrests.
Yeah.
Well, now you've got an incentive to arrest anybody for anything.
And we have the same thing going on here. There's a lot of, actually, there's police departments that will not get any of the federal dollars if they don't meet a certain criteria.
And here's something I recognize there right away. What other system do we have that operates this way?
Child support?
Family fucking courts, baby. This is the same thing. It's a fee system. And we know it's a fee system. You and I have talked about that extensively.
Yeah.
So here we are in 1943, 1944, and there's a fee system. They just don't have the family courts set up yet. That'd be 50 years later when they figured out that they can make money off of that. So the veterans start hearing reports of corruption at home, and word starts spreading among the servicemen from McMinn County. Now, 1945 rolls around, and the Democrats, the veterans start coming home. About 3,000 guys return, so they're light 1,000 guys or more.
Yep.
Okay, they still constitute 10% of the population, and World War II ends. But the Cantrell-Trump machine continues to control the whole situation. They're appointing ex-convicts as deputies while the young men are at war. What are the jails doing right now? What are a lot of jails in blue states doing? Releasing convicts. What happened in North Carolina recently? So they found an illegal alien and a convict with a murder charge had been accepted into the police force. Exact same activity.
Again, nothing new under the sun, man.
Nope. And of course, bullshit. 1945, control now extends to the newspapers and the schools. Well, gosh,
legacy media and big tech.
Yeah,
it's the same shit. It's just different technologies.
Same shit, different fucking day.
Yep.
And now we come to 1946. We are in the year that the Battle of Athens happens. This is where the events of Athens start to kick off. The veterans only meeting is called in May. They form the GI Nonpartisan League. Knox Henry, there's the guy, is selected as the sheriff candidate. He was in the North Africa campaign, which means this guy's a pretty hard motherfucker because everything I read about the North Africa campaign was not good.
Yeah. Listen, infantry shit is hard. Mm-hmm. It's really hard in the desert and in the jungle.
Okay, this is how hard it was. North Africa is what bred the British SAS.
Yep.
Now, when you've got a war environment that breeds one of the hardest commando units out there, you've got a hardcore war environment. And the SAS is no slouch. Colonel Beckwith, who founded Delta Force, got all of his initial ideas from SAS.
Yep.
That's where all of that came from.
And there's there's 2 seasons on Stars, I believe, about that.
About the SAS?
Yes.
I watched the first season. It's really good.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm. And it's everything you would expect from a unit like that, too. Yeah, they were... that's a good show. That's worth watching. I forget what it's called. I think it's called Who Dares Wins, which is their motto.
I don't remember what it's called.
At any rate, good show. 1946, the veterans come home. They don't like what's going on. They figured it out. So they're going to form a GI Nonpartisan League. They've got a veterans political party. Now, I've talked about this extensively. I still think we should be forming veteran political party with no Republican or Democrat
interference.
Don't allow them in.
Yep.
The second you accept their label, you accept their shit. And I don't need their shit to plan missions and execute. And that's all that politics really is. It's just done in a boardroom instead of on a battlefield. Now, the Democrats don't like this idea at all. Cantrell announces that he's going to run for sheriff again. He was the sheriff in 1936, remember? Mm-hmm. Mansfield, the guy who was just sheriff, is running for state senate now. They're just switching positions. This is all under the auspices of Crump. And this is where the whole Crump thing continues to play in here because Crump is funding all of this activity. That's where these guys are getting their money. So they're getting funded by rich dudes who act like NGOs.
Uh-huh. Or they want to stay in power, but now they can only do it indirectly because they're buying politicians.
Because I haven't told you one key factor in 1946 yet. Crump left political office. to run all of this shit from behind the curtain. He straight up says it in his last speech. He's like, I don't need to be in office.
Yeah.
I can do all of this and not be in office and not have the constraints of office. So he becomes the Soros figure of Tennessee, running all of this shit from behind the curtain. Now, at this point, the Cantrell machine starts bringing in reinforcements from other counties because the veterans are starting to club up. And Cantrell is not dumb. He knows this is going to cause some shit. Right away, the Democrats start in on the veterans. They run an aggressive campaign, and they start claiming the GIs are planning ballot box fraud. They're claiming that the veterans are printing their own ballots. My God, does this sound fucking familiar?
Again, nothing new under the sun.
Same exact thing. Georgia, Pennsylvania, Michigan, a couple of other states. I'd have to go back and look at the fucking list, but you know what I'm saying? And this is the exact same thing. And they start providing election whiskey to supporters again. They're playing out of Crump's book. Here's a watermelon and some whiskey and a silver dollar. Okay? Now, Mayor Paul Walker of Athens plans to be away on election day. He doesn't want to be seen in the middle of this because that allows him either way to save face.
Plausible deniability.
There you go. Plausible deniability. Now, the veterans, they're campaigning on a slogan of "Your vote will be counted as cast." Okay. Now, I could see that if we got a bunch of veterans together, if I got a bunch of my boys and you got a bunch of your boys, and we came together, our military breeding, if you will, would cause us to run a clean campaign.
Okay. Yeah, I would.
I don't see that we would stray outside it. We wouldn't do bad shit. We might like stare a couple of people down and make them uncomfortable. Yeah. I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
But we wouldn't do bad shit. We certainly wouldn't do bribes, blackmail, beatings.
Well, there's some people I'd beat the shit out of. That's just
some people need it, but that's a different thing entirely. Anyway, a veteran named Bill White organizes the Fighting Bunch militia. So now the GIs have gone, the sheriff's bringing in reinforcements from out of the county. We're going to put together a militia. They get about a light battalion going. They get a little over 200 guys.
Oh, that's a lot of dudes. Yeah.
Okay.
You could do some serious damage with 200 dudes.
With freaking World War II veterans. You got 200 World War II veterans in a county of 7,000. That's a good number.
Yeah.
So 159 veterans petition the FBI for election monitors. Send people to come help watch this election. No response.
There you go.
This is my shocked face. So the local businesses start to donate to GI candidates. Again, the Crump machine is not going to like that. This is the first time that the local businesses have felt safe enough to donate to something like this.
That's crazy.
Yeah. This is the first time they felt safe. So now we come to the afternoon of August 1946. This is all the election's been going on, all the campaigning and everything. On the Democrat side of the House, the voting all goes down.
This is just fucking eerie how similar.
Listen to this. Guess what happens? The Democrats seize the ballot boxes and take them to the jailhouse in Athens, which is the stronghold of Cantrell and Mansfield. That's their stronghold, is this jailhouse. The GI poll watchers who were there are immediately arrested for being there as poll watchers. Now, at one of the polling sites, one of Cantrell's deputies, a black guy comes in. This black guy named Tom Gillespie comes in, and he goes to vote. Now, remember, in Crump's structure, the blacks are allowed to vote. But this guy, Windy Wise, his nickname is Windy. I'm guessing because he farts a lot. I'm going to throw that out there. Says, "You're not allowed to vote in here, hard N-word." And the black guy's like, "But yes, I am. I've been voting this whole time." And he says no and chases the guy out. So Tom Gillespie goes to run out the door, and Wendy shoots him in the back. This is at the waterworks in Athens, Tennessee.
So that guy died.
Well, again, we have voter suppression when the voter ain't going to do what you want him to vote, which is classic Democrat.
That's some
like
KKK shit right there.
It's like
which they started.
The whole Cardi B thing right now. Everybody, all the Democrats, all the leftists are attacking Cardi B because she's decided she ain't going to be on the plantation no more.
Yep. All right. Can you run the piss thing? I'm going to take a piss. I'll be right back.
Are you kidding me?
I'm sorry. I don't want to go in the middle.
Oh my God.
All right, stand by. The shooting's about to begin.
Standing by. Shooting's about to begin. I don't even know where that is. Okay, there we go.
Sorry about that. Beer catches up to you.
Your bladder's older than you are. That's all I know.
Do. Also, everyone.
Yeah.
We're going to read into the record number 581 on Thursday.
Do the speech while you're at it.
All right. So if you guys don't know, we've been demonetized beyond all rhyme and reason. We do the show to fight the suicide epidemic that is going on. It is rampant, and there isn't a family in the West that hasn't tasted of that bitter fruit. And since 2008, slowly but surely, we've been chipping away at this problem. And listen, man, this shit ain't cheap. We're operating on a shoestring budget, less than a shoestring budget. And any little bit you send in goes a long way. Yeah. Let me just put this into perspective. During my 33 years in the military, I watched the federal government burn through billions upon billions of dollars, hire an army of psychiatrists, psychologists, counselors to fight the suicide problem. And here at Redonkulas, with basically me and 3 volunteers who work for almost nothing, have outperformed many of these billion-dollar programs. And all I'm really doing is telling you guys the truth in a comedic way and helping you guys deal with some of these evils that are going on and not shoot yourself in the head, drink yourself to death, or any of the other various ways you can unalive yourself or maim yourself permanently if you fail. So again, 581 is a big number. And I don't really think there's a psychologist out there who can come anywhere near these numbers. So that's just me. So help us out if you can.
You made that priest flinch when you told him you were at 100.
No. I told him we were in the low 200s when I told him that. And he wasn't a priest, he was a deacon for the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
And he was just like, holy shit. And I go, he goes, man, you operate on a different level.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized that we had been promoted up to the spiritual warfare.
Yeah.
And I'm not even like that much of a church-going guy. Well, fuck, dude.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do, man? And it really is. I drifted away from this once back in 2017 or so. And I got pulled back in.
Yep.
And it just happened that way. And now here I am as well. And every time we pull one more out of the fire, man, it's awesome. It's good shit.
And we're actually reaching people
Yeah.
in other goddamn countries.
Denmark, hello England, hello Australia. Those are three off the top of my head that I know. We have a couple in South America as well.
Yeah, we do.
I believe. Yeah. Anyway, we're running shorter on time.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. But I can speed walk you through this now, okay?
All right.
The black farmer gets shot. This is where we know that they've got the ballot boxes in the jail, and this is where the events of Athens, Tennessee that everybody knows takes place. This is the big firefight. Okay? The veterans show up in numbers, and it is estimated that there was as many as 2,000 veterans there. Guys, that's 3 full regiments of dudes.
Yeah, you are fucked.
That's 3 full regiments of the real dudes, okay? That's a big number. And the veterans know how to tactically approach all of this thing. And if you read the real story, there's a bunch of minute details. They talk about they actually like low crawled up to a berm and surrounded this jail and had everything covered.
Can you imagine those guys in the jail? Like, holy fuck.
They had to have been pissing. I'd have been pissing myself.
And they were throwing dynamite and shit. I mean, they were fucking around.
That didn't happen until about 2:30 in the morning. So you've been in there all damn day. Now they're throwing dynamite and it's 2:30 in the morning. And you're a normal civilian, okay?
Uh-huh.
And they've been firing at the place all damn day. They raided the National Guard armory and they had Brownings, they had freaking submachine guns, and they had, well, here it is. They had 60 rifles, 2 Thompsons, all the ammunition they could carry, and then they came up with explosives as well. They went to the hardware store and got dynamite. When I was a kid, you could walk into a hardware store and buy dynamite. People used it for blasting stumps. The Democrats, the Cantrell machine, we were attempting to count the ballots privately. That did not work. They had about 50 deputies. That did not work against the GIs.
No.
Okay. Deputy is just a guy that you hand a badge to. You're a deputy. Here, do what I say. Okay.
Yep.
It's not a trained dude. And these guys, the veterans, were not having any of that shit. So the night battle ensues. It's a 6-hour firefight.
Wow.
For a World War II veteran, that's probably nothing. But I happen to know for our veterans, a 6-hour firefight, were there any during the GWAT?
I don't think so.
Maybe like some of the assaults. Maybe Fallujah. I imagine that was...
Well, yeah, Fallujah was...
hours long.
That was like, what, 2 or 3 days long? That's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah. But a straight firefight for 6 hours. Holy ass balls. Okay. So while that's happening and the evil button pushing monkey is showing up, the guys in the jailhouse, Cantrell and Mansfield, the 2 main henchmen, they managed to escape from an ambulance because the veterans don't fire on an ambulance. An ambulance pulls up to the back. The veterans are like, they're wounded out of there. They knew they hit 1 or 2 guys. Now, mind you, the veterans killed nobody during this.
Not from lack of effort.
No, it's called precision fire. I can think of a similar incident that happened in Seattle.
Okay.
Was it 92?
I don't remember.
The drug house?
Oh. Yeah.
Those guys didn't kill anybody.
No.
They ruined a lot of pants.
Oh, no. Well, that house was shot up so bad that it was condemned and they tore it down.
Yeah.
And the guy is still living in that house as far as I know, the ranger that was living in that house.
Well, ain't nobody.
Now, for the record, I was not there, but my shotgun was.
There you go.
Yeah.
Anyway, reinforcements attempt to leave the siege but fail. The deputies fire from the jail, and the veterans basically take them out. At dawn, the Democrats surrender and the control is broken. Mansfield flees McMinn County, and so does Cantrell. They both run because they're going to get strung up. Now, when the veterans get control, the people of this township, this people of Athens, they're mad. They beat the shit out of the sheriff deputies and anybody left in that building. And a couple of guys are badly fucked up. You read the stories. These guys got tore up from the floor up.
Well, they just shot a guy in the back.
They shot the one guy in the back, and they've been cheating on elections this whole time, and now everybody is certain of it, and now they can do something about it. There's a difference between... Right now, we know that cheating is going on.
Yeah.
But if we woke up tomorrow morning knowing that cheating was going on, and we could get to these people and not get in trouble for getting to these people...
It would be on.
There would be beatings. There would probably be some tree decoration ceremonies. There would probably be a little bit of festive ditch digging. And there would probably be some unauthorized swimming expositions.
Oh, God, that's awesome.
It just would.
Yeah, you're right. Holy shit, that was funny.
Hopefully there would be no spontaneous marksmanship exercises. Because that never ends well, because everybody always forgets there's something behind the thing they're shooting at.
Correct.
Unless you've been trained to know that there is something behind the thing they're shooting at. Veteran leaders restore order by dawn, though, and the ballot boxes are counted under GI supervision. Lo and behold, the veterans have won the election by over 1,000 votes.
Wow.
They win by a 2-1 margin. Okay? And the VFW and American Legions call for resignations from everybody in the county who was corrupt, part of the machine. The mayor, Paul Walker of Athens, the guy who skipped town, he resigns after Alderman Hugh Riggs, who was backing him. Somebody rolls by Alderman Riggs's home and unloads a shotgun or two.
Well, these things happen.
Walker's like, I probably don't need to be mayor anymore.
Yeah,
we're good.
I'm sure that was a complete accident.
Yeah.
You know.
But the governor of Tennessee realizes what's going on, and he starts recruiting GIs.
Okay.
That also sounds familiar. We've got a bunch of freaking traitorous former service in the Democrat ranks now. Mark Kelly comes to mind. Duckworth, who was useless and flying in an unauthorized area when she got her helicopter destroyed.
Huh.
Do you ever read her story?
No.
Duckworth, she was a Black Hawk pilot who was tragically wounded in battle, and she's a valiant. So she was flying through unauthorized space at an unauthorized altitude at an unauthorized speed. And the area was unauthorized because they knew everything that was flying through it was being shot.
All right. Well,
so she recklessly endangered her crew,
her bird, and the entire crew.
Her bird. Yeah, that's dismissal.
Up,
that's dismissal. That should have been a bad conduct dismissal.
Wow.
But somehow that did not happen.
Yeah, I know. Politics, skin color.
Right. Yeah. Opportunity to recruit a freaking loyal soldier.
Yeah. Female.
Anyway, yeah. Knox Henry wins the election. He's the guy who was in the Africa campaigns. And then in November, the E.H. Crump machine begins to decline statewide. The dude's getting old. He'll die a couple of years later. Governor Gordon Browning is elected, who is against the Crump machine. And the veterans, their movement starts to spread to other Tennessee counties. So they decide they're going to hold a convention in Alamo, Tennessee, and discuss a statewide coalition. They're like, this veterans thing worked. It's the same thing that I've been saying. We need a veterans coalition. We need veterans in office. We understand duty, and we understand a term of service, and we understand PCS or ETS. You have performed your service of 4 years. ETS, move the fuck out. You have done your duty, now leave. Okay, that's what political office is supposed to be. That's what it was meant to be. It wasn't meant to be a career. It wasn't meant to be a daycare. It wasn't meant to be a wealth generator.
Well, it's a geriatric daycare and wealth generator at the same time.
Senate used to be a per diem. You didn't get paid. You didn't get a salary. You got paid for the days that you were present.
Mm-hmm.
And then you went home and did your day job.
Well, I believe the per diem was for food and shelter.
No.
No?
Incorrect. They were paid per diem.
Okay.
Because I
Fair
thought
enough.
that as well, because when we travel, we got our per diems.
Yeah. I mean, they reimbursed hotels and foods and shit like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Anyway, so the veterans are starting to do this, and internal factionalism develops. 11 of the county administrators resign. 4 of the 5 GIs issue an open letter. We abolished one machine only to replace it with another one and a more powerful one in the making. Where are they getting this language from? Well, you see, there's this retired Marine Corps brigadier general named Evans Carlson. And he says that everybody should be working with the existing parties. Don't make your own faction. Don't do that. What you're going to do is create another monster that you can't control. And then you look at General Evans Carson, and at first glance, this is the guy who created the Marine Raiders.
Who were badass.
The Guadalcanal Diaries, the Marines who raided Guadalcanal.
Mm-hmm.
It's this guy. So to everybody who sees him, this guy's a fucking hero. Holy shit, that's General Carson, the Raiders. He's the first conventional special elite unit creator.
Wait, no.
We had no. We had the Rangers, but they were just light infantry at the time. This was 10-man units that operated independently with autonomy and no officer in control. That's the first time in the United States military since Robert's Rangers that had happened.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Or Rogers Rangers. Rogers Rangers wasn't even technically part of the United States military. They just reported to them and did shit for them.
They were technically a militia.
Yes. Mm-hmm. The original Rangers.
Yep.
While not a Ranger myself, but I know one on TV. I know who Rogers Rangers are. Anyway, General Evans Carlson, this big fucking war hero, right? He's a war hero. And there's a bunch of stuff that goes on after Athens, but we're pressed for time. And I want to get to the whole thing here. At the end, because of Carlson's pressure and him starting to sway the other GIs who want to listen to the war hero. Never listen to a war hero. Okay, a hero in a war is a guy who is in a really shitty position and came out on top and did some shit in spite of the fact that really all he wanted to do was piss himself and curl up into a ball.
Yeah, I'll go with that. You're not wrong.
Yeah, nobody walks into a war as a hero and starts swinging his greatsword. That's not a thing.
No.
Except for Mad Jack on the beach at Normandy. He's probably the only and final kill in combat with a longbow.
Yeah, he carried a longbow into combat. The guy was insane.
And a claymore, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and that might be the last hero. I think that might be the last actual war hero. Now, there are some guys who did some heroic shit. Do not get me wrong. But I'm talking about a guy who starts the war at the beach as a hero and keeps going.
You're not wrong.
Pretty sure there's only one of them. Anyway.
Holy shit.
Yeah, the veterans, the GI government collapses under the pressure of all of that. Veterans advise others against armed solutions. That all comes from Carson. Everything I read, all of this shit here, advises others against the use of force. The use of force was required. They did not have a choice. Henry serves one more term as sheriff in Athens, and politics returns to normal. Let's get to General Carson real fast, because as you can see, there's a mysterious red line down there.
Mysterious red line.
Yeah. And that's a problem, you see, because, well...
Wow, look at all that shit.
Oh, my God!
It's even bigger.
It's bigger than Krubs! Who is this faggot?
Yeah, and this is like we're getting into modern times here, the modern machine.
This is 1946, mind you. This guy fought in World War I and II.
Mm-hmm.
General Evans Carlson, United States Marine Corps. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to blow through a lot of his stuff because obviously
look at that
we've
shit.
got but see all the red and the orange? That's all, hey, this dude's shady. Okay. This guy served in the Army from 1912 to 1921. Right? He enlisted in the Army.
1912 to what, 1940?
1921.
Okay.
He served in the Army. Okay.
Right.
He served in the Philippines. He served in Hawaii. He was discharged as a first sergeant from the Army. He participated in the Mexican punitive expedition under John Pershing.
Uh-huh.
That's kind of cool. When he returned to the Army in 1916. 1917 to 1919, World War I service, commissioned as a second lieutenant, promoted to captain of field artillery, saw action in France, awarded a Purple Heart. This guy was a badass soldier. I'm not going to take that away from him.
Uh-huh.
Okay? He was a badass. This guy was a real badass. He served with the Army of Occupation in Germany. This is in World War I again. Okay, returns to civilian life in 1920, worked as a salesman, did not like it. He's discharged from the Army in 1921, so he goes, fuck it, I'm going to enlist in the Marine Corps. He enlists in the Marine Corps as a private after being a captain in the Army. But the Marines are like, we're not going to waste a good officer. We're going to commission you to second lieutenant in the Marine Corps almost right away. He gets a bunch of duty stations. He's got Virginia. He's got Puerto Rico. He goes to PAC Fleet, Pacific Fleet. And he applies for aviation training and goes to Pensacola and returns duty with ground units. And then he gets sent to China from 27 to 29. So he's in Shanghai. He serves with 4th Marines, becomes an intelligence officer, learns Chinese, gets sent to Nicaragua because United States Marine Corps.
Correct.
Okay. Learn Chinese, become an intelligence officer, embed in China, get assigned to Nicaragua. That's the military in a nutshell.
No, that's the Marine Corps right there, yeah.
The Army did that shit too. I was a Korean linguist. What the fuck was I doing in North Africa?
Yeah, okay. I'll give you that.
I mean, there were reasons, but still, what the fuck? Let's see. He gets his first Navy Cross at the Battle of Portillo. 4 men deserted en route, pursued with remaining 12 men, routed 40 bandits, killed 2, wounded 7, with no U.S. casualties, recaptured all the looted arms and equipment that those bandits took.
Uh-huh.
Okay, this is all during Nicaragua. He survives the Managua earthquake, commended for actions following the earthquake. He becomes the chief of police of Managua in Nicaragua. Okay, right away I can tell you that this guy's dealing in bribery.
Yeah, well, down in South America, you have to do that.
Yeah. He becomes the chief of police of a South American city as a United States officer. There is no way that did not happen without bribery of some kind.
Yep.
I know enough about those regions to know that that is... He becomes the XO of a Marine detachment in Warm Springs, Georgia. He becomes President Roosevelt's alternative White House and vacation retreat XO, and becomes closely acquainted with President Roosevelt. He also becomes very closely acquainted with James Roosevelt, who's the president's son. They become friends. So then he's posted back to Shanghai and then Peiping, China, and returns to the United States via Japan, goes to Quantico in Washington, D.C., serves at Marine Corps Barracks Quantico, attends a Marine Corps school, studies international law and politics at George Washington University, which by this time, thanks to Herbert Marcuse going to Columbia University, George Washington University is a communist university. I looked this up for the show because I knew there was a Marcuse tie-in here. I knew that show tied into this, and there's your tie-in right there. returns to China as a language student, military observer with Chinese forces, private mission for FDR. Wait, what? Private mission for FDR? Has a meeting with an author named Edgar Snow. Edgar Snow is a journalist and author. Snow's just returned from a secret visit to Yan'an. Who's in Yan'an at that time in 1937?
What the hell's Yan'an?
It's a city in China.
Okay. So this is like communist bullshit right here.
Watch this. Who's in Yan'an? Mao. He's fighting Chiang Kai-shek.
Mm-hmm.
Snow had just returned from a secret visit. He reads Snow's first book, Red Star Over China, becomes enchanted with Chinese communist forces, and away we go. Obtains a military pass to travel to Yan'an, meets Mao Zedong, Communist Party chairman. Met other CPC leadership members, takes photograph with Mao. Later, Mao wrote that Mao was a humble, kind, and lonely genius. Mao massacred over 100 million people. 100 million.
But that doesn't even include the ones he starved.
That's the ones we know about.
Yeah.
A kind, lonely, and humble genius. So this guy is smitten with Mao and communism. Why? Even though he's a hardened Marine Corps battle officer, he's got the intellect of a fucking academic.
Yep.
He's got the intellect of a soft-handed, turtleneck-wearing, soft velvet kid leather loafers academic. Okay, he develops a family-like relationship with Zhu De, who is one of Mao's top guys. Then he meets Agnes Smedley, American journalist and communist sympathizer. I dove into Agnes. We don't have enough time tonight, but I can do a whole show just on that communist fucking cunt. Holy shit, is she bad news. Holy shit, is she bad news. She was a communist from day one. She was also a close associate of Richard Sorge. Who's Richard Sorge? Why, he's a Soviet spy.
Man, this is turning out to be really bad.
Yes. So then he gets a letter from FDR from 8th Army headquarters, which was somewhere near Shanxi. He promotes communist guerrillas as a model for the U.S. military. He explains Chinese communist tactics to President Roosevelt. That stuff is sent to Captain Stapler, who's a recipient of that material, prepared as an intelligence report. He gets embedded with the 8th Chinese Route Army, accompanied by Agnes Smedley, the communist. He's got an interpreter who's also a communist. He patrols to a supply route. He does a freaking 230-mile circuitous route to avoid hitting the Japanese army that's in China by this time. It's 1938. China has been taken over by Japan in most areas.
Yeah, that was a slaughter fest.
That was a slaughter fest, okay? But he travels over 8,000 kilometers over a period of 8 months, and that is humping all the goddamn time.
Every day.
To his credit, he lived, marched, and fought with all of the 8th Route Army soldiers of Mao's army. He learned the importance of, this one's a big one. He learned guerrilla warfare tactics, right? He learned the importance of ideological and political education.
Uh-huh.
I won't go through the rest of the Chinese thing there, but he learned political briefings before each operation. That's what the Chinese did before every operation. They did political and ideological.
No, the Russians did that too.
Yep, that's correct.
They're czars.
So in
political czar.
Yep. So in 1938, he gives a newspaper interview and he praises the Chinese Red Army for forming cooperatives, accused the U.S. government of helping Japan's war effort, claimed U.S. supplying oil and raw materials to Japan, and officially is censored by his Marine superiors. Well, that's treason at that point in a time of war for a general officer to be saying those things.
Yeah, you should have busted his nuts.
You can complain up. You can put that into the chain, but you can't be putting that in the paper.
Oh, no.
He should have been toast right then and there. So he resigns his commission. And then he goes on a private visit to China, He's investigated cooperatives set up by the Red Army, became convinced Japan would attack the United States. That's in 1940. Visited General MacArthur in the Philippines, urged MacArthur to establish guerrilla units, but MacArthur ignored his advice. He returns to the Marine Corps, where in 1942, he's authorized to form 2 Marine Raider Battalion. and he uses all of the techniques that he got from the Chinese.
Well, hang on a minute. Now, listen, you cannot besmirch him for using tactics of the Chinese.
No, I can't, but look at the red bubbles.
No, I got you. But here's the thing. If you are a rational person
Yep.
and you're a war fighter,
Yep.
and you see an example of somebody doing it either better than you or slightly better than you, you
Yep.
want to adopt that and put it into your
That's
forces.
absolutely correct. Modern special warfare uses a lot of techniques that the Viet Cong had established.
Yeah, I mean, I can't fault him that. I could fault him for being a communist fuckhead.
Yep.
But taking their tactics and applying them to our fighting forces is not. I can't fault that.
Some of the high-speed hit and run tactics, those came from the Afghans. We learned them during the Soviet occupation
Oh yeah,
in the 70s. The Afghans were really good at very small unit, high-speed hit and runs. They'd show up out of nowhere, shoot the shit out of you, and then run like fuck.
Yep.
And it worked. What are you going to do?
And it still works.
It still works. There you go. Anyway, selection criteria: initiative, adaptability, and democratic views, communist views.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm pulling this obviously from material written about the man. I didn't have a chance to go through and edit everything. Each candidate interviewed about political significance of the war, political indoctrination alongside of combat training. Okay. This guy was a fucking communist.
Correct.
He was an excellent soldier. He created the Marine Raiders. He pulled off some excellent raids throughout World War II. We're already at time, but I can get this whole
Look at
thing
that.
to you so you can see the entire thing. But this guy ended up being a staunch communist, and he is the reason that the GI coalition fell apart after the Battle of Athens. He got to the GIs who saw him as a war hero and started fucking listening to him.
Fuck, that sucks, man.
By the way, the movie Gung Ho, starring Randolph Scott, is about him, and it's a very good movie. Like I said, all props to his soldiering ability.
Mm-hmm.
Outstanding fucking Marine. But when he got back home, he was already a staunch fucking communist, and this goes on for days and days and days. He was part of a Soviet committee called the Committee to Win the Peace. It was a Soviet-controlled U.S. organization. Goals were international engagement in domestic workers' rights. Translation: communism.
Commies.
Okay. And here is late 1946 convention at Alamo, Tennessee. Carlson's road discouraged the convention. Carlson's advised GIs should work through existing political parties and advised against forming a third party. What this says to me is we need to form a third party.
Hell yeah.
This just goes on. 46 to 47, open support for Mao Zedong. Okay, his funeral was at Arlington National Cemetery. Overheard at the funeral, General Vandegrift said, "Thank God he's gone."
Wow.
Only a handful of people showed up for this war hero's funeral because he was such a communist. And what happened after he dies? Letters of condolence from Chinese communists, from Mao Zedong himself, Zhou Enlai, the premier of China. Message: gratitude for indelible contribution for introducing China's democracy to the world. From General Zhu Dai, Commander-in-Chief Chinese Red Army. Zhu Dai's message called Carlson his Chinese brother.
Wow.
Okay. And in 1947, after he died, the House Un-American Committees, he was posthumously blacklisted for his communist associations.
All right. Now, this is what we do here at Redonkulas.
It's so big. It's just.
But here's the thing. Now, I know some of you guys are like, oh, man, I just want to see some comedy. I don't want to see all this dark
so
shit. I don't want to
heavy.
drink and be angry. Well, I'm drinking and I'm angry.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing, is we're trying to open your eyes and let you know that this is taking place today.
Mm-hmm.
It took place before.
Yep.
And it will probably happen again.
And from what we've just seen, there's even a possible fucking solution, because it took a 4-star Marine Corps war hero to convince the GIs to not form that third political party.
Yeah.
I think there is merit in the idea of a GI political party.
Well, listen, if you have I am not a staunch Republican or Democrat.
Neither am I.
But I can tell you this right now: the Democrats don't have a platform. They haven't had a platform in decades.
That's because they're American Bolshevik Party.
Yeah, we have to.
There, I said it. Bolsheviks. Bolsheviks. Now drink.
You're not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But the Republicans aren't much better because they know shit's fucked up, but they don't do anything about it.
At the least, they're complicit.
Yes. Listen, you cannot be you can't have that. We need a third political party that will tell the Republicans and the Democrats to go fuck the hell off. Hell, we can use a political party that actually listens to men's issues.
We need a third disciplined party. I think we should try to take the word politics out of our mouths. We know what needs to be done.
Yep.
There's already rules written down for all of this. We're really good at following manuals and freaking regulations. We're really good at it.
I wasn't really good at following all the regulations.
Yeah,
I yelled at quite a bit.
No, yeah, so did I. We follow the ones that don't get anybody killed, though.
Yes. Oh, yeah. But,
Most of the time.
Listen, I'm not a liar. I really don't cheat or steal unless it's for the lives of my men.
I'm a horrible liar. Ask Mrs. Dwarf. She'll tell you.
But the thing
Shittiest liar ever.
In Iraq, I was a lying, cheating, stealing son of a bitch to keep my men alive.
I don't think that's lying, cheating, or stealing, though. That's keeping your men alive.
It comes with the job.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I got yelled at quite a bit. I mean,
and as I understand it, you never once stole a goddamn thing because everything stayed within the Army system.
That's right. That's right.
So it's technically not stealing. You can't steal something from a store if you just pick it up and move it to the other side of the store. It's still there.
No, I never took anything and sold it for personal gain.
There
it was always either I
then
took
you never
it
stole.
and I traded it for something that I could use to trade for something that we needed.
To quote the fat electrician, steal in the Army is strategically transferring equipment to an alternative location.
Yes,
correct.
That's correct.
He has a shirt. I highly recommend you guys go to pick one of those up. Show fat electrician some support.
That's good. I like that. That is accurate. We called it creative reallocation of assets.
Yes. Yep. What are you gonna do?
Gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes you gotta, trade in a Foot Locker full of scat porn to get your shit fixed.
Nope. Never had to do that.
No,
Not unhappy about it. I know you did. You told me that story.
Yeah. Had to happen.
I'm just glad that I never had to go anywhere near a Foot Locker full of scat porn because there's no telling what else is there.
There was all kinds of just wretched shit.
There's just Vada. That's just Vada in a box.
Yeah, paratroopers are the most vile sons of bitches that have ever walked the earth, and God bless them.
Yeah, you let them do that shit so that they'll do the other shit that you need them to do.
All right, Jimmy, let's do the super chats.
Oh, don't care what you gotta say. Whatever it is, it's probably lame. If you want some advice and need some help, oh, how about you go F yourself? Go no self, oh, F yourself.
Go F yourself.
So, all righty, starting over on the YouTube side like we always do. 319 concurrent viewers, 218 likes. Again, let's get 300. Come on. Let's do it. All right, first one from Laszlo the Instigator for 10 says McMinn County refused to side with the Confederates during the Civil War. They
That's
had
true.
Slaves.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. I read that as a matter of fact. That is accurate. Yes, that's correct.
Yep. And Heidi 1224, she's got 2 in a row here. First one with 5 is Bolshevik.
Bolshevik.
Drink.
And second one from Heidi says, thanks, Battle Dwarf, and gives you a big old thumbs up.
Yeah, you're welcome. Glad somebody will.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, Rumble. How we doing?
Uh-oh.
430 views. 136.
Oh, here we go, man. Not even at 50%.
Come on, you bastards.
Come
You make me do this, and I don't want to do this.
It's got to be the Hillary titty.
Do better,
Kitty
man.
titty Hillary.
Do better.
You've been so bad.
All right. It is what it is, man.
Disturbing. All right, we're going to jump over here to the chats here. Net guy says, looks like Hillary and Amy Horton were trying to stop me from giving you money.
Oh.
And in honor of those Quantahas, please give another. Just gave you a Hillary, so there you go.
All right.
And that guy, he's got another couple here in a row. He says, I'm starting without you all. Bolshevik, Bolshevik, Bolshevik. He has been summoned.
Bolsheviks.
No, don't say it.
Bolsheviks.
No, please stop.
Bolsheviks.
It's showtime. Bolsheviks, baby. Everyone drink.
Yeah, everyone drink.
Everyone. All right, that guy coming back again says, Dwarf, you need to write the story about Hog Rider, the story about Terrence SM Pop.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, the SM stands for Sex Machine.
That's actually two middle names.
Terrence Spermulator Pop.
Nah.
There you go. Let's see. That guy again says, Jimmy or Dwarf, flip the bunny, gets a homo suspicion point. Too much meat gazing. What are you guys doing in the chat, man?
Meat gazing.
I don't know what's going on there.
I don't know, and I don't know, don't care. Don't want to know. Let's see. Mando coming in says, so I finally got the VA to enroll me into the system after 2 years of losing my documents.
Oh.
After calling them, I could use a trip to Bolsheviksville to check on Dwarf and Nance. Dwarf looks so happy.
Here we go.
In Bolsheviksville, where the sun shines bright, live Dwarf and Nance, what a charming sight. With Sandy the maid and Pop dropping by, and Hillary's antics that'll make you sigh. Oh, Dwarf and Nance, they've got it made, with laughter, love, and a living maid. From morning toast to an evening dance, it's always a hoot with Dwarf and Nance.
God.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
It's a catchy song. It's a catchy song.
It is. Every time I got to do the Dwarf and Nance dance.
Yeah.
6 Day Barracuda says, I think Pop wants to see the Murphys in the house, and he's horny for Pop.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hate this.
I'll have to add that to the buttons because we are going to do an overlay and complete refunction of the buttons here. But here's Pop and his cheap date.
What exactly are you doing?
Getting my date drunk.
She's a cheap date, too.
I just noticed that is a bottle of Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey.
Tennessee Honey. Yep.
That's a good whiskey.
That is good stuff. Good stuff. Let's see, Mando, he's asking, do they have a pole smoker tax?
Ooh.
No, those people are tax exempt because, you know, my loose gay but twerking queer community.
Yeah.
The pole smoker tax is monkeypox.
Ah, that makes sense.
There you go. See, Count Chad the Impaler says, working on 7th draft of the other book past week, planning on getting an agent soon. Curious, with your books, did you get a literary agent?
No.
Yeah, he just published them.
I just published them. Now, this is the thing, though. It's like the Warrior's Way book. I literally sent it to publishers, and they're like, no, we can't publish this. You fucking know what you're doing. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I'll just do it myself then. Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go. When people say you can't do it, say, fuck you. I'm going to
That's
do it
pretty
anyway.
much how I live my life, man.
Yep. 6 Day Barracuda again says, Dwarf, the link I sent you to watch touches on this very issue of funding. but on an international scale, that kernel is pretty sharp.
Oh, I know what one you're talking about. I need to finish watching that. I started it this afternoon, but was prepping for the show and didn't have time to finish.
Fair enough.
There you go. Alley Card's coming in singing pop because his dogman girlfriend wants it. Well, we got to give the dogman girlfriend what she wants.
God damn you
What
guys.
are you going to do?
All right.
Again, this year's Halloween costume, if we reach the goal.
No. Not dressing up as a singing Romulan. You bastards.
Oh, sure.
Oh, I think this is true.
Everybody has...
Listen, you can't find that headgear, man.
Everybody
has
the... sure Mrs. Dwarf will have something.
Stop! You guys are some asshats, man. What a bunch of fucktarts.
Hey, man.
You fuck chop, man. That's bullshit.
Jerry Conway coming in and said, Jerry Conway, shalom, gents. Prohibition was started by Rockefeller because ethanol was competition for gasoline. Check Rockefeller Truth from Eddie Bravo on my channel after the show.
That wouldn't really shock me.
Yeah.
Well, the whole reefer madness thing that started because of the guy had big interest in the lumber industry, and well, hemp has been hemp for thousands of years.
Yes. Well, I mean, back in the day when we used to have ships that worked with sails, every single rope was made from hemp.
Correct. Yep.
Every rope, every sail, everything. Yep. 68 Barracuda says, Dwarf, Crump reminds me of how Nicolas Cage described dictators in Lord of War. Great movie, except for the bullshit with the wife caring where the main money came from.
Well, some women get upset about that.
Sometimes, yeah. But only because it makes them look bad, not for any actual moral or legal reasons.
Yep.
I'll give you that.
Yep. And apparently there was a hiccup earlier on the YouTube side, but I did check when I got in here, and it was still up and running, so we're good there. No proverbial penis slap by us. See, Mando coming in says, we all know a dwarf battle show is a lot like the first Rainbow Six game. A lot of build-up and detail, and then 5 minutes of trigger time.
Yeah,
that's kind of what happened tonight. We had so much material to go through. This is really like a 6-hour show if I did it.
Yeah, we can't do that. Though.
Really, really, yeah.
But he pitched it to me, and the way he's like, well, that's the way it went down, and the shit is still happening today. I was like, oh yeah, we got to do this show.
Yeah.
Yep. See, Tomahawk, he's dropping 5, says, my grandfather got the Purple Heart fighting in the Ardennes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I myself have 2 enemy marksmanship badges.
Yeah,
it happens.
Yeah, but the Ardennes was.
Oh yeah,
no, that was a thing.
Yeah, fuck that noise.
That's wild.
This is bad, right?
This is bad, right?
All right, we got the Brentster. He's dropping our first We're Not Worthy, and that dropping $50 on us here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Also, I want to raise a toast to Robert Duvall.
Oh, yeah.
He burned in. He was 95. Here's to a very good fucking run.
It's a hell of a good run.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Dude, that was like one of his
smells
best
like
rules.
Victory.
Yeah.
And then he leans in and says, someday this war's going to end.
And he was not wrong.
And he just walks away.
Sir, do you think it's appropriate to do R&R on an open war zone? Have you seen those waves? We know God.
Charlie, don't surf. Okay, we're going down the rabbit hole.
Charlie don't surf and Pop don't ski. Let's go.
Brandster's comment says, yeah, they're wussifying men in the Western world. And when a world war starts, they'll ship all the men that they can out, while the migrants pillage and rapay the women left behind.
Yes.
Well, it's not like that hasn't happened before in history, so not wrong.
No. First time. And 68 Barracuda again says, Dwarf, look at the recruitment ads in Germany now. No diversity. They seem to
All
eliminate
white German boys.
native Germanic peoples.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good.
When you start seeing white guys in war commercials, we're
They're
going
planning on going to war. Yeah.
we're going to war, aren't we? It's gonna suck.
Yeah, war sucks, man, but it's the way it is.
Yep. Let's see. Tantalum 180. He's got a Give Send Go link here. It says 1-0 Slavin still could use some help being blindsided by divorce. Help him out if you can.
Oh, okay.
Put the link
Post
in the
that
chats,
up.
man.
Yeah.
No problem.
Put it up in the chats.
Yep. Let me copy and pasta all those in the chats.
Make sure it's got to be pasta.
Pasta. Yep. Let's see. The Brentster again. Squirrel bladder.
Squirrel
Look,
bladder.
man, if you have to piss once an hour, it's not that big of a deal. I mean,
Not that bad, man. All right. Give Send Go link to Tantalum's buddy is going in the chats as we speak. Maybe you're not on MGTOW because it would help if I had this stream opened on MGTOW and on Odyssey. God damn it, you monkey.
God damn you.
You fucking monkey.
What are you going to do?
Look it up, man. All right, there we go. There we go. All the Give Send Go is in all of the chats there. So throw the brother a couple shekels and help him out, man, because that's what we're here for. All right, let's see here. Tantalum, he gifted 1 subscription to Redonkulas. Thank you very much, good sir.
Oh, thank you so much.
That went to Jag N516. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Thank you. All right. And Tomahawk, $5. They raided the armory. Fucking beast.
I would have done the same thing.
They raided the National Guard Armory in town.
Yeah, but back in the day, they kept ammo in there as well. Today, they don't.
No, they
I
do.
mean, they have
Separate-
very little, but yeah.
Yeah. There'll be like some duty ammo. Enough to defend. I think it's enough to defend the armory.
No.
Which means 3 magazines.
No, in our armory that we had in Southfield, Michigan, we had about 250 rounds of 9mm and maybe 600 of 5.56, and that was it.
Yeah.
Also, Dwarf, you said duty.
All right, next one. Let's
Keep it
go.
up. I'll put you on fucking gate guard, Jimmy.
That's fine.
No, it's not. Gate guard bad. Gate guard
Gate
bad.
guard sucks.
Yeah, it's all right. It's nothing I wouldn't fucking do. The International House of Whoop Ass coming in says, did you guys hear about the kid that charged the White House? Correction, it was the Capitol building with a shotgun.
No.
Just happened around 2 hours ago. It's starting to trickle.
Really?
No. Yes, there was some kind of retard that was like 18 to 23 years old, I want to say.
Yep.
Decided to jump out of his vehicle, which was a very expensive vehicle. Pretty sure it was like a Mercedes or something. Had a tactical vest, a Kevlar helmet, and a shotgun. That guy's a fucking idiot.
It's not gonna.
No. Thankfully, nothing did happen. Well, thankfully and unfortunately, because I think if people are going to be stupid enough to be doing that kind of thing, a victim from the meat suit.
There's nothing in the news right up front about it, but
give it time.
Keep looking through your twatter there, Dwarf.
I knew a couple of Yankee whites, and they can't go into detail about what they do have, but let's just say you don't want to go running at them with a gun.
No, you're dead.
That's usually a bad idea. Let's see. Berserker Brad, 1983, dropping a $20 bill. He says, here's some gas money for your next beer run. If you hit 600 lives saved, are you going to host a celebratory stream? I hope you do. Wow. Play something nasty.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What do I have?
Play a Pelosi.
As you wish. Hang on. You said play a Pelosi. Where's it at?
Oh, here we go.
You remember, Dwarf, you asked for it.
Oh. God damn it. I walked right into that one.
You walked right into that one, motherfucker.
Fuck. Damn it.
Oh, it's bad. All right. Alucard dropping 2 says Rise Grim has claimed my friend in his dream by saying you're mine, and he did how? I didn't summon you, Ray. Ray's Grim also said this: you got my attention when you refused his deal or offer at the Hound, and the Hound is after you.
Okay.
Sounds like some dark shit there, man.
Yeah.
But then again, that is Alucard, so
it's all right.
His
All
brain
right,
works on a different function, but that's okay.
It does,
He's a different wavelength, man.
Let's see. Tanthal 180 coming back says, Papa Dwarf, I raced across no less than four counties from a job to make it here just for this show. Negative, but important.
Yeah. Listen, man, I'm not trying here to bum everyone out. I'm just telling you the truth. And reality is a harsh mistress, and Murphy likes to put it in
This
your
is an
ass.
interesting story, and it was really interesting to see just how much of the exact same shit was going on in 1936 as is going on right now. I mean, there are areas of this story we told tonight that mirror today exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're not wrong.
And Mando coming back says, anyone else find it funny there's an entire Hallmark holiday celebrating VD? Oh, wrong context.
Yeah. Oops, what?
Vada?
Yeah. Well, from what I understand, celebrating the holiday can end you with some Vada.
Yeah.
You can end up with some Vada.
Yeah, they have some new stuff coming out too.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes. Reynard69 says, did Amanda ever end up getting back to you two? I haven't received anything after
I saw that. I will respond to this. I am imagining he means Samantha. Samantha has been laid up. She did some hard hospital time, had a bad infection. We're keeping tabs on her right now. I believe Blake sent her a requested Sugadic U sweatshirt.
Yep.
So she is otherwise occupied with life-altering health issues at the moment.
Yep.
Yep.
She's still with us though, so
yeah,
good. And Alucard, of course, he's got to ask for something. I can't say what it is though because I got to surprise Pop with it.
What is it? Fuck off! Come on. Hillbilly, Toad, Belly, Hillary.
Let's see. Professor Blake coming in says, hey, Pop, question. How many cordless hole punchers do you need? And play Singing Blake.
I can never have enough cordless hole punchers that I lost in a tragic boating accident. Just saying.
All of mine burned up in my buddy's deer camp fire back in 2014.
These things happen, man. I don't have to tell you.
Shit happens. Well, here you go. Here's a Singing Blake.
We did have a request for Singing Pop. You guys are jackasses. Always want to watch the same shit over and over again. Pick new videos.
Look at me, I wanna be the captain of the sea.
About time.
The poop that came from me, I'd rather steer us to debauchery.
Careful what you ask for, video guy. Careful what you ask for.
All right.
Let's see. We got Jackal the Emperor coming in and says, I'm getting more subs here on Rumble. I guess the hashtags and thumbnails are the way. More secure email route is being acquired. Combat short stack.
Right? Yep.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. Good on you, Jackal. See, Tomahawk, $5 says, monkeypox is old news. There's some new gay butt disease going around. Some kind of fungus.
Ringworm.
Yeah.
I only know this because people...
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good.
Stop putting your dick in places it doesn't belong.
Or your mouth.
It's not hard.
You got to listen to the guy from Clerks. You never go ass to mouth.
Stop. That's just nasty.
And 68 Barracuda says we need a new green screen abuse video with the brandy. She's a fine girl, such a good wife she'd be. Bottle and add this to the Romulan costume fund. Mrs. Dwarf is a great costume maker.
Yes, she is.
Stop
Here's your green screen abuse. I got your green screen abuse right here.
Yeah.
And with that, I'm retreating to the bunker.
Yeah.
It's disturbing. Let's see here. Mando Comeback says, fucktards. Of course we're fucktards. We watch a drain-damaged grunt, a conflict midget, and a drunk monkey. How could we not be fucktards?
Yeah, I was called a police action gnome earlier as well, which I thought was pretty funny.
Police action gnome.
You could be a pag.
Here you go.
Let's see. Elliot Card coming in and says countermeasures have been activities. Countermeasures have been actives due to my friend's situation.
Fair enough.
There you go. And we got Angel. This is a new one. Angel Ursel Ray. My apologies because I'm butchering that. I am not developed in my hooked off phonics yet, but they're dropping $20 saying thanks for what you guys do.
Well, thank you.
We do the best we can, bro. Shoestring budget here, man.
We appreciate you. We appreciate you.
Let's see. Mando coming back says, Dwarf, put Jimbo on gate guard.
Gate guard was a shitty duty because it was a 12-hour duty.
Yeah.
He will learn the hard way.
I think that's Angelus E-Ray. Angelus E-Ray.
Angelus E-Ray.
In Iraq, gate guard usually ended poorly if you were turned into red mist with boots.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's an added perk for gate guard duty.
Fun times. 68 Barracuda, he's got a request here as well. He's asking for some alone time with Pulosi at the pool.
Ugh.
Oh, I just realized there's like a quarter second of camel toe there.
You can never unsee it, man.
You saw it, Dwarf. You saw it too? Yeah.
Can never unsee that.
Oh, God. Now it'll never.
I'm going to have to drink some whiskey, man, so I can fucking block that out of my memory. Let's see. Alley Card says Race Graham is a code name. Okay. Let's see. Raynard69 says, no, I mean the YouTuber I emailed you to earlier this week about, Amanda Claypool.
I saw that as you wrote it. I have written that down to follow through on that. Here's my trusty pencil. I've got a legal pad here on the desk. I wrote that down.
All right.
And Alley Card says, I saw his face. Oh, the horror. And he'll be fine. For the farm fund.
So, thank you very much.
So what are we at, about like what, $20 for the Redonkulas compound fund?
Stop it.
Talk about the compound fund, Pop, not the costume fund.
Okay. All right.
Because I'm saying if there is any kind of way that we can make the compound happen,
oh yeah,
sign me up. Sign me up for that shit.
The shit we would do if one of us hit the Powerball. There would be a compound.
If I won that kind of money, I would die a penniless man because I would use it all to wage World War Administrative 3 against the divorce industry and the fucking corrupt system that it supports.
Yeah, there you go. We did have did have a few jump over on the YouTube side. Got the Ministry of Otaku dropping 5. Society and politicians will be going soon. We'll be going to learn the answer to this question: what comes after Nicholas and Weinmar if they refuse to snap out of it?
Yeah, they're gonna listen. If this gets ugly, man, those people are not. Their lives aren't going to be worth spent.
I keep fucking saying. Do you want Adolf? Because this is how you get Adolf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't. This is how you get Adolf. I'm just saying.
And a lot of people are starting to say, well, he may have been crazy on meth and have a micro penis, but well, he was kind of right about some things.
3 years ago on Twitter, you couldn't say anything like that. Now people won't stop saying it. That's a huge shift.
Correct.
But you still can't say faggot in a comment.
Yeah, I know.
Easy.
I know.
We're on YouTube. Easy with those words, please.
It'll be fun.
That's the algorithm.
Yeah, easy with those words, please. Thank you.
Only time we're going to say it, you'll be fine.
You can just say, butt colliders. Something like that. Be creative.
I'll think of something. See, the Assassin of the Grave with 10 says, First Sergeant, the biggest mistake the veterans of Tennessee made was allowing the Dixie Cracks to live for their treachery.
I can't argue with that.
Apparently, a lot of them caught a pretty thorough beating, and that McMinn campaign was partially responsible for the Crump machine crumbling. Crump's a fascinating character, by the way. If you want to read about a real serious, old-style Southern boss, read the Crump story. It's really good. There's a lot of material out there.
All right, next one.
There you go. And Goat Milk 732 dropping $10 Canadian on us. Says apparently the C-19 vaccine had Epstein DNA. Those who took it are now juice-ish.
I don't know about that. I need to see some proof. That's kind of.
I think he's just making a joke there.
Oh, okay.
I think he's
just cracking wise, man. All right, let's see. You're going to jump over to the MGTOW side of things. Says first one comes from Crazy Uncle, drop a 10. Says Pop and Co. I'm wondering if you could attach the following link to the Grunt Speak page. It's for a disabled vet's GoFundMe who just happens to be a subscriber to my channel too.
Oh,
well, hell, right. You know what?
All right. We'll definitely have a look. At the very least, we'll have a look.
Yeah, send it to us. We'll take a look at it.
Yep, take a look and dropping the link in the chitty chatties there.
Yep, I see it.
If you guys want to go, there you go. So there's 2 GoFundMes that you guys can take and support. Do your own research and all that other good shit first, because all that good stuff. All right, let's see. We got Dark Mad Dog. He's got a couple in a row here. Says, hello, guys. News. Wife did not respond since the January 30th. I sent videos via email for Valentine's. Nothing too spicy. No response. I decided to send Rumble videos of me talking, 90 to 100 views in 3 days. So she is still there. By the way, I went for a walk and a coffee shop. There was lots of noise and people. I felt tired. Went home and was pooped. Hopefully not in a Pringles can. I am taking the lion's mane, but look like I was right. 5 months of isolation, and I am on my 3rd week. My mood is better in full silence for days.
All right. All right.
And the second one here says, last one, just to say, Pop, I will make you a big email eventually about BPD, fearful avoidance, disorganized, anxious, preoccupied, BPD women and their mode of attachment and how to spot them, how to deal with them and how to filter them and how people attract them, like me. I will super chat that day. I need to sleep early these days. Hint for the video. Quite intense men attract these women like crack to a crack addict to feed your calm and peace because they don't have it.
All right. I'm cool with that.
There you go. Moisture Patrol dropping 25 on us. Hey, you chuds.
Hey.
Can't say that you really helped me out yet. No insult. But I'm still breathing. Keep going at it, boys.
Stay on the correct side of the lawn, my friend.
We did have a guy who sent us an email trying to credit us with a life he saved. But we could not accept that as a life saved. But I am honored to have provided the tools to allow him to save his own, own life or some of the people he knows. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're doing here.
Yeah.
I'm just setting an example. And all you guys that got a number, look, man, start your own count. Save some people around you. It needs to happen.
Yeah.
Yep, hell yeah. Mick Tyrone, he's got 3 in a row here. First one says, "Yo, Battle Dwarf, it's Nicki Minaj, not Cardi B."
Okay, Nicki Minaj, you're right.
And also, I'm
just not up on my modern female rappers, man. Sorry.
No, either am I. I don't care anymore.
I also do have to issue another correction. Earlier when in the stream I was listening at work, you said that FDR said, "I will have these insert slur here voting for 200 years." That was actually LBJ.
Was that LBJ? My bad.
That was LBJ.
Okay.
My bad.
They all roll together.
They're all the same. Nicki Minaj is the one calling out satanic liberals in Hollywood and Trump's #1 fan. And the liberal ghouls are turning on Nicki Minaj because how dare a black person lead the Democratic plantation?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
That's what liberal whites do when they encounter free-thinking minorities. They sick liberal blacks on them. Yeah. See, Mick Tyrone's second one, he says, "Well, gentlemen, another defective bundle of sticks, a.k.a. trans woman Robert Dorgan, went on another killing spree."
Oh, God, yeah. In freaking Maine
New
or
Hampshire,
Rhode Island.
New Hampshire. Is Rhode Island.
That's the one place in the United States have never been is the Northeast, and I just don't have any desire to go up into that.
Yeah, and when you look into that story, there's a lot of complexity going on there. A lot.
Yeah.
Dude's got a literal SS skull on his had on his forearm, and rabbit hole. Go find it and have fun. See, even his daughter knew he was fucked up, and the media is spinning this harder than a whirlpool.
Look, I'm going to be honest. Those guys, I don't really want to do shows on them in particular as individuals because I do not want to leave a legacy for them.
Fair enough. I agree.
Yep. See, but even the public is seeing that these true shooters are.
Oh, yeah, we can discuss the pattern all day long.
Yep.
I'll discuss that pattern all day long, but I'm not going to take one of them and give him a voice by doing a show on his life. I'm not interested.
We will mention what happens. We will not mention their names.
Yep.
Let's see.
Fair enough.
Let's see. Continues here. These trans shooters are walking sleeper cells, just like Bucky in Captain America's Civil War. Once someone triggers them, people die.
Yep.
Let's see. And last one from Big Tyrone says, "Gentlemen, take a drink for the last time. He will smell napalm in the morning." Rip Robert Duvall. Lost another great one. Yep.
Mm-hmm. But 95, man. That's a good run, man. I myself don't want to live in 95.
He said it. Someday this war's going to end. Well, it ended for him today.
Yep. Well, he died a couple days ago, but
it ended for him a couple days ago. Then you get the point.
I get it.
One of my favorite movies that he's in is Open Range. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
That was a good one too. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Last one on the MGTOW side of things. Agent of Social Media Chaos. He says self-publishing books is the best option in current year anyway. All the publishing corpos have been corrupted for quite a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, like for instance, I can't even buy advertising in Military Times or Stars and Stripes.
Right.
I mean, come on. Yeah, are they going to publish my fucking books? No, man. Fuck, I had to do it myself. And I think they're pretty good. I mean, they get pretty good reviews on Amazon. And if you read the Jericho Files, give it a good review on Amazon. All right? It's all about a psychic who hunts and kills serial killers, and then there's some evil in there, and it's pretty good.
Lots of gore porn is what you would call it, Pop?
Yeah. And in the fourth book, he's going to shoot a police officer right in the a-hole. I'm still developing that scene, but it is what it is.
You ever had your hole breached there, sir?
No. Well, the dude's like,
"Whoa, hey now."
Oh, hey. No.
Hey.
Like in the book, the guy's like a skinwalker, and he's murdered all kinds of people, and he deserves it. So. All right, next one.
Real close to the edge of the Liberace effect there.
Oh
it's
my God!
It's like a black hole, but with a sparkly cape and a limp wrist.
Dude, that's going right in the Liberace effect.
And there may or may not be some piano music.
Right, exactly.
God.
Right up against the Liberace effect there.
Dude, I'm keeping that one. That is hilarious.
That was good. We got 6 overwatching over on the Odyssey side of things. On the Itchy Twitchies, got our normal 11 folks over there. And on the Twatter Sphere, 29 views over there.
Not bad. I wonder what we did to get 5,000 that one day.
I don't know,
man. I got to figure
I'm
that
going to
out.
I got to look back and see what the hashtags were and all this other stuff. And
yeah, I did a pretty good bombing on Twitter today, and I know that got us some views on Twitter.
Mm-hmm. So did I. Yeah.
I always try to do the same.
We need to coordinate a little better on that, by the way.
Roger that.
Copy that. All right. Anything else? Looks like
I got cash apps.
Oh, yep. Bring up Cash Apps Pop, and I'll see if there's any other sneaky bastards, which I'm pretty sure there was.
Cash apps.
All right. Oh, Tomahawk over on Rumble with $5 says, "Give me Nancy in the leather strat."
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Sick man. Let's see.
I'm
Mando
glad I'm in the book for this one.
Mando says, doesn't Dwarf have a specific video of a certain striptease? Don't we have video evidence?
All right. You want some cash apps now, Jimmy?
Go ahead and start reading them off there, Pop.
Yeah. I got one from Justin Higginbottom, $20 beer fund. Thank you. Let's see. We've got Kenneth Jorgensen, $100.
Ooh!
Oh,
hey, Pop, thanks for what you do.
Thanks for your continued support.
Here's to you.
Thanks, man. Yeah. Cheers. Absolutely.
And let's see. We got another 100 from Samantha Batchelor.
Whoa! Thanks, Sam.
And she says, for the support. Dude, you don't have to send us money for that, baby. Look, I'll fucking ride to the rescue of anybody, man.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to white knight or anything, but fuck, dude.
know. But Sam, you get one of these.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Though I did hook her up with the Greenberry Express. Yeah. We got 30 from Susie McCarley. Great story tonight.
Thank you, Suze. Glad you liked it.
Let's see. We got $3 from Boss. They handed the crump. You can't handle the Trump. Not bad. We got $10 from Gregory Van Dyke. Here's a tenner. Thank you, man. I appreciate
thank you very much.
And that is it for the cash apps.
We got 2 more sneaky rumbles.
Yep, I did see it. Alicard, he dropped in and says, planted white boiler onions, pearl onions, shallots, and russet potatoes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
I got another month and a half before I can start planting, but yeah, I'm already thinking about that.
Yeah.
Yep. Morgrad drop a 5 says, fuck you, Jimmy. Pop, have a beer on me.
Fair enough.
There you go, Pop.
Yeah, Jimmy, fuck you.
Yeah, I do that every night, man. I fuck myself every night. So
whoa.
Hey, we don't need to hear that. Yeah. Come on now. Come on.
Too much info? Sorry.
I don't need to hear that.
Whoa.
Let's see here. We got Tomahawk here says, Pop, you need to add watch out for trannies to your safety briefing.
Listen, if you don't know enough to avoid the trannies, I can't warn you. Come on.
It's common sense, man.
Yeah. Because if there's an apple above, there's a banana below.
Oh my God, I just found the phrase for the guys who fall off the map. They end up in six-pack and sock land.
Where did you hear that one?
It just happened.
Six-pack in Sockland. Oh my God, that's fucking great.
Dude, that is awesome. Dude, I got some good ones for tonight. The Liberace effect. That's comedy gold, man. It's comedy gold. It's right. Look, you made the book.
There you go.
There you go. 68 Barracuda says he was Michael's consigliere. Love those movies. The scene where they kill. I'm smart. Fredo was the absolute best. Yep.
Yeah. Robert Duvall as a consigliere was great.
Yep.
Yeah, he did a great job in that one.
Tantalum's got a word for you here, Pop, for the agate phase. The penile prostate pokers.
All right.
Let's see. Don't damn me, bro.
All right.
All right. Susan McCarley, drop a 5, says that big bump in viewers was right after Pearl's debate with the biatch.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
And she's working on a documentary, which I'll be in, so we'll see.
There you go. All right. And Ali Card, he's saying Box Mine Catland countermeasures activated for the Jim Maurice situation. Yep.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop!
All right.
This is my no-no square. That's called center mass, baby.
I remember I showed that to Blake, and he was laughing so fucking hard. He's like, "This is so stupid. I can't believe they spent $2 million making this."
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. How to make the invaders not rapay your women? Make a song and dance about it.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
All right, let's. We done here? Because
that's the last one of the night. It's from Ellie Card. Says, Jimmy, your nightmare demon's name is now Peeth. No, I'm sorry. It's Kevin. It always will be Kevin. Oh, that.
Yeah, you don't get to change that one.
Nope.
All right.
Couple cokes are in the fucking chat. Too much info, Jimmy. Too much info.
Yeah,
well, right. I'm not the one thinking about me massaging my dick every night. Are you?
Hey,
Whoa,
you guys are.
Hey.
You are fined 1 homo suspicion point for violation of the Man Code Morality Statute.
You are so out of bounds with that one. Oh my God!
Slipping right into six-pack and sock land right there, man.
As long as I have my piece, I don't care.
All right. Let's go.
Said.
All right, gentlemen, we're it for the night. Battle Dwarf, you know what time it is.
Oh my God! I hope tonight was informative. The point was to show you just how much shit is still the same. You can go through all of that information and see where it lines up with everything. And we've got a direct line from Crump through Clinton to the Democrats today and all the shit that's going on in the States. Ask me, I'll send you all the information if you want it. Happy to.
There you go. All right, you guys know my whole spiel. I got to fucking share screen, and I got to click on this one. Boom, boom, boom. Get on over to the fuck website, you bastards. Bolshevik merch has been live for quite some time. Because everybody's got a drink every now and then. And don't forget, Fear the Syrup. I'm not sure. I can't confirm. I'll have to get with Blake and see if the whiskey glasses or the pint glasses are back in stock. Apparently they might be, because I did do a refresh on this, but get yourself a koozie. The koozies, I'm telling you guys, I still have my stay in the fight, live out of spite koozie.
All right.
Wow, that's like the cowbell there.
The motherfucker is metal, and that bastard will keep your beer cold.
Nice.
The entire stream where we are just rambling here and yapping and having a good time.
All right.
All right, Popster, you know what time it is.
All right, everybody. Don't drink and drive. Don't drink and swim. It's not going to work out for you. If you absolutely must fornicate, wear a condom, take it with you, or flush it down the toilet. Why don't you go all the way down? Why? Because women are sneaky bitches, and child support does last 18 to 21 years, depending upon the state you are in. Rack up, pack up, and stack up. There's always safety in numbers, and in today's day and age, you need to roll deep. Also, maintain your situational awareness, because if you're going to be attacked, something in the environment will have changed. It's up to you to see it. And last but not least, sick and tired of throwing you sons of bitches into the dirt because you're taking a permanent solution to a temporary problem. You have no idea what the future holds for you, and it could literally change on a dime. You need to stay in the fight. And if everything else fails, live at a motherfucking spite. And always remember, Uncle Pop is here cheering for you, for all of your victories, even the ones you can never tell anyone about. Boom, beer me.
All right, there you go. All right, gentlemen, we are out of here for the night. We'll see you in 2 days.
Boom.
All
Better
right.
be here, you bastard.
Enough.